Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Halen, also known as Mid Student Planner. Today I will be planning out the week of April 4th through the 10th in my ERIN CONDREN vertical planner. I am using a beautiful kit from Nikki +3 that I'm so excited about. I've been holding on to this kit for a while, so it is time that I use it. This is the Hint of Violet kit. It is silver foiled and just so pretty and like so perfect for April. So these are all of the full boxes, and then you get a few labels here at the bottom. And then you get a ton of boxes, which I love, and there's really pretty like dainty foiling on the boxes. Then you get a few little fancy boxes up top, and then you get a lot of different functional items on this page, also foiled. So there's some headers down here, some flags, icons, and just different little layering bits, and then you get the beautiful bottom washi. So I am so excited to see how this all looks laid down. I also have a few other extras. So the kit came with date dots, which I'm really excited about, and then I ordered during the release weekend. So I got matching bows, which I'm really excited about, and then this sheet has some headers and then a little weekly cleaning list on it. And then I also have this it was just the weekend freebie that came with the kit, but since it is also silver foiled, I thought it would be perfect. So I am first going to lay down the base of the spread, and then we can go through the day-by-day plans. So I'm first going to start with the bottom washi. I like to lay down the thicker strip and then leave a little bit of white space between the two strips. And so I'm going to put down this whiteout to just make sure that the color doesn't show through. And then I also decided to white out the darker lines just to make sure nothing was coming through. This side was measured pretty perfectly. There's a little bit that I'll need to cut off later on, but it's something I'm going to worry about with right now. This side, however, was a little bit short, so it was something I probably should have measured beforehand, but I put it down and now I'm going to carefully lift it back up, and then I'll just kind of white out the lines and center the bottom washi between it. Nothing that I can't handle. It was my own fault for not checking it out beforehand, and now like once everything's down, you can't even really tell that it was short or anything. So I'm going to put the numbers down on the date covers. I like to do this all together at once so I can kind of refer back to my planner and make sure all the dates are put down correctly. And then I use the headers or full boxes or something to kind of give me a base to where to put the date covers. So I am first going to go in with the headers. There's only 3 colors to work with for this spread, but that is something I can easily make happen. This is still a really great kit to color block with. So I did this lighter purple, the blue, and then I did the darker purple and just kind of repeated that throughout. So the lighter purple will be used 3 times, and luckily there's plenty of boxes and other parts to this kit to be able to do that. So now that I have the headers down, I kind of have a base of where to put my date covers. I like to leave a little bit of space between the header and the date cover, but then not go up too far so I can still have some white space up top. And then I went ahead and whited out the days of the week there that were on the planner just to make sure nothing showed through, since this blue was a little bit lighter. It may have been fine. These are pretty like matte like stickers that are I don't think would show through, but I just wanted to play it safe there. And once I have those down, I can move on to the full boxes. So now that I know which colors are going to be used for each day, I just needed to decide where I wanted to put the full boxes, and then there's pretty much a full box to go with each day's color, like this darker purple here. I did realize that the full boxes kind of needed to be centered between the 2 lines here in the ERIN CONDREN, so I was able to quickly, pick it back up and move it around there, and then I just kind of knew from then on to kind of move it a little bit over whenever I was placing the full box. So I'm really glad with how this kit worked out. This artwork is so pretty. I'm so excited to finally be able to use it. I've been holding on to it for this April since I got it a little bit later last year and didn't get to use it in April. So I am just so excited. I love this artwork and I think it is just so beautiful. So I have my last 2 main full boxes here. I thought I was going to use that kind of darker or the lighter purple with the dark purple to kind of split up the 2 white full boxes. boxes, but decided against it. And then I just have my sidebar left. So I have the last full box, and then I'm going to pull in a washi strip and then my habit tracker. So that is everything for the base of the spread. Okay, so after having a really hard time with the headers, I finally got the base of the spread down. So here is what I have left over. I will add these into my date dot kind of collection. Have plenty of like the rest of the functional items left over. So really excited to see how this all comes together. I'm really loving the base of this spread. So let's go ahead and get into the day-by-day plans. Okay, so starting with the actual day-by-day plans, I first needed to put in my habit tracker script. So I'm going to be tracking my no spend days there. That script is from Piper Paper Company. And then moving on to Monday, we were getting up early this day and heading to Dallas. So I have a script from Virgo and paper to mark that. And then I have a half box and a cute little travel Winston to mark our drive to Dallas. We will be moving to Dallas for residency, and we are so excited to take on that new adventure. And so this trip was going to look for a new apartment. So a lot of the plans are going to be pretty boring because they were just looking at apartments and things, but it is a really exciting week. And so I wanted to be able to do a plan with me and still show you this beautiful kid. So we were driving to Dallas, and then we had tours pretty much set up from that morning to that afternoon. And then while we were at the Village, which is like a really huge complex in Dallas, we went ahead and ate lunch there. They have restaurants on the complex and like a grocery store and everything else. So I used one of the little foiled arrows to mark lunch there, and then a quarter box from the kit to mark our tours for that day. And that was actually only the first part of our tours, so I'm going to use a flag to mark our second part of the tours for that day. So we were touring until about 5 and saw, I think, 5 different places this day, or 4 or something. We saw a lot and realized that we still had a lot more to do because we didn't really fall in love with anything this day. And so we're really disappointed in that, but I think that's the whole point of going to see the places and everything. So I have the rest of our tours marked in, and then once we got back to our the house that we were staying at, we just wanted to really kind of hang out and do nothing. It was a very long day, and so I have this relax and chill script from Planner Kate that I really love, that combo of scripts that I really want to get more of those to be able to pull into my spreads. And so we did a homemade pizza night this night and then enjoyed some wine, and so I have a little eating Winston to mark that. And then that is everything for Monday. So a really great day overall. It was fun getting to spend the day with family, but a little disappointing that we didn't find the apartment on the main first day. But that was okay because we had more tours set up for Tuesday. So we were touring all morning here. I have a really cute coffee cup from the Crafty Banana with my name on it that matched this blue perfectly. I always love whenever I'm able to do that with those coffee cups, and I was really dragging this morning, and so luckily we found a cute little coffee shop to stop at that was called Sip and Stir, and I have this munchkin from Once More with Love that's holding up a mug. It's like, need coffee, and that was me. And once again, we did not find an apartment that we loved, so our parents needed to go home this day, so we met Jeffrey's dad to drop our moms off, and then we drove back to Dallas and looked at more apartments. So I have this crazy Winston emoji head to mark that we had tours until 6 o'clock this day, and then we met Jeffrey's aunt and uncle who live in Dallas at this place called Katy Trail Ice House. It was a really cool place that we will definitely be going back to while we live in Dallas, and enjoyed some more drinks and food and everything. It just kind of wind down after such a long second day. And since we still didn't find anything that we loved, we had more apartment research to do this night to kind of see what places we wanted to look at on Wednesday. We were initially planning to go home on Tuesday, and since there was more to do, we had to kind of like scramble to put together tours and stuff, and so really stressful kind of night there, but we got it done, and we had a few that we were able to schedule on Wednesday, and then we just kind of did some walk-ins on other ones and just kind of made it work. But So on Wednesday, my April kit lineup video went live, and that is up and now for you to be able to check out. And that upload script is from Planner Kate, and then I'm going to use a flag from the kit to mark in our apartment tours for this day. We only had a few more to check out. We'd already ruled out so many before we even went to Dallas that there really wasn't that many for us to consider. So we had a few more this morning, and then we went and grabbed lunch at this really cute place called Sweet Green. And I'm not sure if that's a chain or not, but if you ever come across one, I highly recommend the Harvest Bowl. We will definitely be back to check out that place again. And I'm going to use a bow from the kit or the little extra little bow sheet that I had to mark in our lunch. And we were just kind of exploring some of the areas within where we were wanting to live, and so there was one called State Thomas. It was such a cute little neighborhood, and so I'm going to pull in a half box to mark us exploring around that area. And then we went to this coffee shop called White Rhino Coffee. I am all about finding new coffee shops and places, and so just trying to slowly work my way through the Dallas ones, and this one was really good. They had a peppermint latte option for me, and I always love whenever I can get peppermint outside of the main little Christmas season. And after kind of exploring around and thinking that we were wanting to live in the State Thomas area, we decided it was time to go home and see what we could figure out. So we drove home, and then on the way home, we kind of panicked and we're like, well, maybe we should just kind of change up everything and restart our apartment search. And so we spent the night doing that, and I have this kind of Winston from Nightingale Paper Co. to mark in our research starting over. So that is everything for the first half of the week, and now moving on to the second half. We woke up Thursday and I had some planning to go ahead and take care of, and I'm going to pull in a blue scooter press planner to mark in my coffee and planning time. And while we were kind of thinking through the day and everything, we decided that we actually knew which apartment we wanted to go with. We were thinking we would maybe compromise and go down to like a 1-bedroom and just kind of be cramped with space, but I really just didn't think we were going to be able to do that. And so after a lot of thinking and contemplating and like re-looking at our paperworks and stuff, we finally picked an apartment. So before we got to that though, I have a bow again to mark in that today was the first day of the masters, and then I'm going to use this half box to mark that we picked an apartment. It was such a big thing that I wanted it to take up a lot of space, and while I was trying to move things around, I ended up tearing a bow there, but luckily I had an extra one, so I'm just going to pull in a new bow to be able to replace that one. So I had this Yay Munchkin from Once More with Love to mark that we picked an apartment. I was so excited to be able to have that off of our shoulders, and I'm really excited with our choice. And so we'll be able to move in May and be able to get settled and everything before we start our residency orientation at the end of June. So speaking of residency, I had a meeting with my program to go over our scheduling options, and then after that we submitted our apartment application. I was surprised by how much information they needed and wanted. We did not have to go through that with our current place, and so that was just a whole new thing to take on. It was very interesting, and after taking care of so much, we had a very fun and much needed lazy night this night. And so that script is from Nicole Alexia Designs, and then I enjoyed some Grey's Anatomy this night, and so I just pulled in a little flower icon from the kit since I didn't get to use a lot of the deco that came with it, just to mark in at my little Grey's Anatomy night. So moving on to Friday, I'm using a flag to mark that today was the day that we could do our little early check-in for our upcoming honeymoon. We are finally getting to go on our honeymoon, and if you saw my kit lineup video, you will think that we are going to Europe, and we are no longer able to do that. Sadly, things just didn't work out for us, and that is perfectly okay. I'm so excited about our other option that we've kind of figured out, and that was also something that was a lot of stress in the last few weeks, and I'm glad that we have taken care of that and get to now just plan for our new trip. So I also had a leg day in the gym this day, so I have a workout at the gym script from Nicole Hutch Designs. That blue matched perfectly, so I was so excited to be able to use it. And then we had more apartment forms to fill out this day, so I'm going to pull that in with a bow. And then we also went to walk-ons for lunch this day, so I just kind of combined those two things up. And then we had our family dinner that we do most Friday nights, and this night we went to Frank's Pizza, so I'm going to pull in a half box and a little eating Winston to mark that in. And then just had another kind of relaxing night. Got in a lot of TV time, so this first quarter box is going to be for watching Grey's Anatomy. And then we finally have finished season 1 of Righteous Gemstones. We were rewatching it before we started season 2. So we finished that up, and then we started season 2 this night. And so really excited to be watching the new season. It's a show that we just get such a good laugh out of, and so this was a night that we wanted to have some good laughs, and so I was excited for us to be able to watch the new part of it. I mean, we still were laughing at the rewatch of season 1, but it was nice to be able to start a new season. So I'm just going to mark that there at the bottom with, I think that's probably a third box. So that is everything for Friday. Then moving on to Saturday, we didn't really have a lot to mark for this day, so I'm going to pull in another header, and then I'm going to pull in a sleep-in script from, I think this came from Wild Summer Designs, but they no longer carry these scripts. This is something I'd gotten a while ago, but I have a few more to use, and I like that it's on that kind of transparent paper, and I really love the size and the font of that script, but I am almost out of them. And then I'm going to pull in this little fancy box to mark that I finished the last day of phase 2 for my 80-day obsession workout. I'm doing this through a Beachbody program, and it is something that I've been wanting to finish for a while, and definitely have been not following it to like the T with doing 6 workouts a week, just because life hasn't really worked out that way. But I finally finished phase 2 this day, and then spent the day watching the Masters with Jeffrey. This was kind of when things were really picking up and getting exciting. And then we went and met a friend at a restaurant this night, and then kind of came back and had a fun game night. So we played 2 games this night, and I was going to just write it in here, and then I ended up messing up the spacing, so I'm going to pick up the script. That script is from Piper Paper Company. I don't think they sell that font anymore, but I know they have other options. So I'm going to pull in a half box and then kind of layer the game night script over that, and then write in that we were playing Ticket to Ride and Pan Am. I really love Ticket to Ride. Pan Am is okay. It's a game that just you have to think a lot about, and it's not really the most fun, but it was something that it was easy to play with only 3 people. And then that was our Saturday. So Sunday was a pretty slow morning. I have this coffee time script from Planner Kate that matched that color perfectly. I always love whenever I'm able to do that with stuff from my stash. And then we actually had a family pool day this day. It really warmed up and was a beautiful day to go lay out by the pool and watch the last day of the Masters. So I have this fancy box to mark in our family pool day, and then I'm going to pull in a quarter box to mark in the final day of the Masters. It ended up kind of being a blowout, but it was still really cool to watch and see how things finished up. So I have this little header to take up some space, and then the quarter box to mark in our Masters watching, and then I have this cute little munchkin from Once More with Love that also matched perfectly with the color, and I'm going to use that together to mark in our family pool day. So we ended up staying out at my grandparents' house, which is who has the pool, and so we stayed out there for dinner, and it was nice to have a little family dinner and get a lot of extra family time in this week. So I have a quarter box from the kit to mark that in, and then we once again just had a chill night, and so I got to pull in another script from Planner Kate and layered it over some deco just to make it a little bit special there to mark just kind of chilling this night. And I decided to binge the last of Bridgerton. So I finished season 2, and I really loved it. I was kind of surprised by the changes that they did from the book, but overall really enjoyed the season. So that is everything for the spread. I have the last little thing to check off here with my habit tracker, and that is it. So I am so excited with how this kit turned out. It is a lot of purple, but it is so pretty. And I think the silver foil was just kind of perfect to go along with it. So that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone!